everybody forever. No! They kicked us off the air, fam. You know, I hate when they do that. We finally had some people joining us, like somewhere around 17 family members kicking in with us. And then they're like, look at this. I'm all in like slow-mo. Let's see if we get a couple more family members back with us. See if this works. Are you guys here with me? I don't know why I'm in slow-mo. I'm going to try to shut the camera real quick and do a fixeroo. See if this works. Let's see if that does anything for us. Come on, give me some love here. We're still like, look at this. There's something pixelated and weird going on with this stream. So I don't know why it's doing that, but we're going to hopefully just at least chat out for a few minutes. Look at this. Look at this. This is very weird. It's just very odd. There's something very odd going on with the stream at the moment. Yeah, I can't figure it out. I have no idea why. Since it's doing this anyway, let me do this. I'm going to put this on. Uh-oh. Oh, something started happening there. You know, the computer's acting weird all of a sudden. Uh-oh. That didn't work? Darn it. Failed server problem. There's something wrong here. I don't know what it is. Dang it. I don't... Alright, I was trying to get this to work at least. So we have an outro. Let's see. I'm going to try to put a link on and see if it acts the same as this. Okay. Let's do this real quick. Very odd though, right? Yeah. Usually I'll just switch off the camera. Well, it could be a solar thing, you're right. Or being Zuckerchooched is definitely a very real possibility. Very real. All right, so some of the family members found the second stream, which sometimes I would just say call it a night, because I do have a lot of editing to do for you guys. But let me try to play something, see if this does anything for us. It may not work, but we're going to try it. Hup! Where's the one I was doing? It's the trumper. There it is. I thought I saw it. That's interesting. There, is this it? Yeah, everything's coming through kind of weird. If they kick us off the air, guys, tomorrow we will do it all over again, so don't fret. It's Friday night, and we're gonna rock out. See if we can get the song in at least, because it's killer. You gotta go off the grid, shut it all down, and take your tech and blow it up. Yeah, burn it, take the chips and put a drill through them. Yeah, if you wanna be lost, you gotta get lost. Yeah, 'cause oh, they're tracking you and me. Yeah, they're going to split us up and put us all in different places if we don't get along with their pretend. Yeah, no, I'm not pretending. It's fine with me. No. Stone Ages. 2021, yeah, I'm in the Stone Ages. Feel like I'm in the Stone Ages. On the offensive, yeah, I'm going to attack when you least expect it. Yeah, we're gonna get you, gonna take you down by the neck. Yeah, it's up or down, left or right. Yeah, it don't seem like anyone's very bright anymore. Yeah, can't use that common sense. No one to watch the negative and let it affect you. I don't think that's what you should do. No, shut it down. Yeah, show up with me every night right here. We're gonna get down, write songs and laugh all night. Forget about the dangerously evil world. Wow. Be the change. Don't wait for the world to rearrange the way they're living, cause it's not gonna happen anytime soon. And when the elites are in charge, they never give it up. No, we're just fighting for millennia, trying to find a way out from under ya. Yeah, you just keep your thumb down on everyone. Yeah. 2021, I'm in the Stone Ages. Yeah, can't break away in the Stone Ages. All right, I'm gonna cut this before it seems like what's happening is it's buffering pretty hard. So what I'll do is take it back. So we'll just see if we could chat for a few minutes. I mean, I'm obviously a bit pixelated here, but I think this is better than playing a track because at least we're able to see something here. So interesting evening. Unfortunately, we were booted, but you know, the title of the stream for tonight is kind of telling. Before the world splits in two, let's laugh, sing, and let's smile. You know, they are trying to divide this world into two, and it's not even just into two, it's into many as possible in order to get each other into a feud and get some sort of imbalance so they can just create some sort of martial law, universal whatever. It's what seems to be going on. And I would say, the only thing I would say is don't listen to it. Don't believe it. It's not true. And, you know, I've been around for 43 years and I never saw a world like this, you know, and I never saw people believe such lies. And I grew up in a time where people were still kind of understanding where we are. You know, I was raised properly. My parents told me to treat people the way they treat you. And, you know, we didn't look at skin color. So my father happened to move here when he was 7 years old from Portugal. And he had dark skin. So he was, you know, he wasn't treated the best when he was in, you know, 1950s and 60s, you know. But that's not the reason why. I think I had no reason. I had no understanding of that. My father just never let us know that there was a world like that. My mother never let us know there was a world like that. It's how you were raised. That's a learned thing, and it's a terrible thing that some people are racist. And then they teach their children to be racist by their actions, by saying terrible things about other people. But it has nothing to do with people in general. People aren't just born that way. No. In fact, there's many amazing videos you could find of little boys. Sorry, I just saw a Fly Lee. I think that was Fly Lee. I'm hoping that was Fly Lee because I just smacked him in the Facce. But there's many videos where you'll see like a little black boy and white boy hugging, running into each other, hugging their best friends. And this video, they keep posting these videos. It's great. It shows you that this is not something that's real. This is something that horrible people bring into existence. And then you have the opposite going on. You know, where now it's being trudged back up again when we finally put it behind us. When you as a nation vote in Barack Obama twice, then I don't think it's the time or place 4 years later to say that we've gone back 100 years, 400 years. It's not the case. And I think that in general, I know that it's not popular to say any of these things, but, we shouldn't be canceling anything, guys. We need to be respecting people's opinions. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. If you don't agree with it, tune it out. I thought it was interesting yesterday. Someone came in and they were like, I tuned in and I heard this negativity. This isn't a positivity platform. I'm like, buddy, this is a positivity platform. What that involves is speaking truth. If it's a truth that you don't like because you listen to a different narrative, the one that I'm telling you is bad, then that's that, But I don't think, I do want to make it clear, I don't think that people that went out and just that people that go out and get the bugaboo are just sheep. I don't think that's the case. But I do think when they start getting on their high horse and saying you need to do what they did because they're the ones they're high and mighty, I have a problem with that. You do what you do. That's what makes you American. You went and got it. That's what makes you American. Me not is what makes me an American. And I don't need to hear anything different from somebody that they're going to, treat me differently because I have a freedom within me and a right here to make my own decisions on what I put in my system, so to speak. And the idea that this is all being perpetuated on something with a 99+% survival is mental. And when you look at, again, I don't know if this is today's data, but I think in Chicago there was something like 343 kids shot last year. I don't know if they all died, but shot in Chicago, kids. In the United States of America, the entirety, all children below the age of 17, only 214 succumbed to the pibby poopy poppy pants thing. 214. That's not something you go out and you throw some experimental thing into every child between 5 and 12. Oh, we got to make sure that, no, 214, mother. Are you kidding me? This is where I do want to throw F-bombs out there. You know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me? Let's protect our right. Let's protect our bodies. There is no way in any sort of existence that they know what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years of this thing. Nobody wants to stand on a mountaintop 5 years from now and look back. Everybody wants to be so scared of the fear in this moment. Oh, they made me. And then they just make a very rash decision, something they would never do. This conversation somebody had recently, they were like, people that I know would be very much like, I would never put that in my kids. I would never put, not this thing, but they'd be like, I would never put GMOs in my kids. I would never get, the big thing is I would never get the Vaxxaroo because of autism. I would never do Vaxxers. But now with this, you got to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to give it to their kids. It's like, what is going on here? Look at the real data. Look at Italy. Look at Britain right now. If you look in England, they've got some seriously interesting data. And you got to follow the real data. This is a very, very scary moment in history, okay, where people they're not acting based on the science. They're not making decisions based on the common welfare of our existence. I mean, this is straight up madness. And in 30, 50 years, when this is looked back upon and they see this fraud guy and all this other stuff, oh my goodness, the world's going to say, what the top virologists in the world say you don't go and throw the bugaboo in the entire population of the planet on a 99+% survival. Like, what are we talking about here? This is the most mental thing ever done. And if you start looking at the Bilderberg stuff and all the things that happened over the last 70 years, guys, this is their moment, their proud moment, where you still got the Frauge going out there and saying, if you go and we got to go get everybody to go get the bugaboo because then they won't get it. They won't get the civid. You freaking lying weasel. Trish today, her husband, Rich, sent me, I think he was trying to send me he made a Fauci Wheeze, Dr. Weasel, like meme, but it didn't come through. So I sent him a message back asking him to please forward it, because that would make me very happy to have, right? I mean, wouldn't that be pretty cool? So guys, I am pretty excited, even though this stream got a little weirded out here. Our outro is fully complete and downloaded. So I'm going to put that in now, so when we finish up this show tonight, you guys can see it. And if I could, I don't know, maybe it didn't work. Oh no, here it is. I'm going to put it on the desktop so it doesn't disappear on me. Let's see. Here we go. I'm excited about this. I don't know how it looks. I haven't even looked at it yet, but we'll wait till the end. I like that. We'll leave it a little something, a little surprise for us all to see the new outro for the Renaissance Man show. So, obviously, there's an interesting thing to be said here. If you pick any topic to talk about in 2021, outside of, we're going to make some comedy up, or we're going to write a song, or we're going to laugh, or we're going to do something. But if you talk about anything else, there's always going to be an outside force of people who are just like, nyim, 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 nyim. It's just the way things are. It's such a sensitive world. Nobody has any skin anymore. It's just like you're going right on tissue and muscle, people, and nerves. You touch on everyone's nerves. Nobody has a chance. It used to be like a thick-skinned world. Yeah, you don't like it, kid? Tune out, stupid. Like, you could call people crazy names. You go back and watch some of the movies up until about 3 years ago. It was normal. And if you really want an education and you really want to see something prophetic, go back in 1990s and watch a movie with Jeremy Piven called PCU. Who knows this movie? Who saw PCU? This movie is freaking 2021. Straight up, 2021. Meat is murder, and they were like throwing blood on people. Dude, 2021. PCU. And it was just a very, very silly movie at the time. Isn't it interesting how all these movies are becoming a reality? I was talking today about this whole concept of AI and a future where we're going to be getting into a T2 situation. I'm like, everything is almost pre-programming, so you're getting sort of ready for it. Think about, you had Will Smith in Independence Day. The new thing is they're saying they're going to do some false thing where they say that the aliens are coming to take us down, and then they're going to one world power in order to go up against the aliens, And that was what I always thought would be an interesting thing. When that does happen, things can get a little crazy around here. Now, I heard something, and I want to hear if anybody out there has heard of this, if this is true or not. But there was a signal that came from out in the universe, and they were trying to figure out what that signal was. And I saw a video that said they figured out what the signal is, and it's first contact from some sort of alien race that's making contact with us. Now, I have a feeling all of this is going down because in the very near future, we're going to be visited. And when they visit us, there's going to be a time where either we can go and we can be a part of this thing that's much better than what we have right now, or we are owned by the thing that is currently on this planet now, which is the governments. And I still think this whole thing that happened in 2012 with an opinion piece from the Supreme Court that said if you change your mRNA or if you change your DNA with, some sort of gene therapy, like an mRNA type of situation, that you will no longer be human. And if you are no longer a human, what does that mean? That means you have no rights. You're not an American citizen any longer. They can just decide to, whenever they want, say to whoever does visit, oh, you know what? We're all these people. They're ours. You can't touch them. Now, this may go back to that whole thing of, we're talking about, like the second the return, let's call it the second coming, the return, where certain people are, they took like a mark of some sort, and that kept them from being able to be a part of the light. I think there's a lot of amazing theories when it comes to what happens here and what our time means. I do strongly believe no matter how much you feel about any specific thing, no matter how you feel about that thing, if you're still a crumb, you're not going anywhere special. Like, I love this whole thing where someone's like, well, I believe in Jesus, so I'm going to heaven. I'm like, yeah, but how are you to people on this planet? Or do you walk down the street and make them feel good, or do you make them feel like crap? Because I don't care what you were told. If you make people feel like crap and you think just because you believe in something you're going to go somewhere special, your actions on this planet matter. And the more you give to people and the more you open your heart up to others, the better your chances of being ready for that one day when you have a conversation with St. Peter, when you have a conversation with the one and only. But it absolutely won't happen if you just say, oh, well, I was told that if I just believe that I'm good to go, and you go out and you're just a jerk to people and you sin. And look, we all sin. No one's perfect. But if you go out there with the intent of harming others and bringing people down, making them feel like crap, like I always think it's interesting when you get, like, for me, here's a good example. I've been live for 1,018 days in a row. I come out here without a script and we put on multiple hours of content and live moments. For me to see a troll at all baffles me. But to me, at the end of the day, that dude, and I know who he is, has got a soul that's dark and disgusting. And he's got to deal with it. You know what I mean? One day that comes back. And how you are matters. And the interesting thing about that guy is I saw him one day on a different platform saying, man, I really appreciate the Mark Pires show, like what Mark does. He really helped me through some tough times. And then he trolls me. It's like the craziest thing. I've never seen that in my life. When someone says, I'm so thankful for what I get from what Mark brings to the world, and then trolls me. It's crazy. Has like 15 accounts and just goes from one to one and starts getting dislike. It's freaking crazy. I laugh. Because when I look down, I know who it is. And I see everybody else who gives a thumbs up. I'm like, it's just funny to me. Like, sometimes I'll go on, I'll put on a premiere. The show hasn't even started yet, and I see it, and I'm like, what a freaking chooch this guy is, It just makes me laugh so hard. Oh, man, I can't get enough of it, But you can't change darkness when you are bringing positive and someone just doesn't like positive because they're just a jerk, like I said. And that person, I don't know what they think. I don't know who they believe in. But I can guarantee you, if there's someone going out beating on their Bible and saying, oh, Jesus this or Jesus that, and they go out and do this when they say in the back end, oh, I'm thankful for what Mark did. I'm sorry. At the end, you're not in a good position. You're not. I don't know why, to me, I get more of a lesson in this moment than I do from a book from thousands of years ago. I'm here. If I can be the greatest version of myself and open my heart up to every single person in the world, who I believe in matters not. You are doing the work of the spirit of this universe. Again, you were sold on something, that you had to specifically believe in something and put your mind here. You do need to believe. Absolutely. You have to have faith, and you have to love and understand that you are here and there's something well above you. There's something that created you. Absolutely. And it's amazing, and you have to be thankful for it and hope that you can get the most of this life here. But I guarantee you, it's not about, oh, well, I believe, and now I go out and I robbed a bank. I went out there and I stole from my neighbor, or whatever it is. None of that stuff helps you in the after. You have to be a good person. And again, a good person is subjective. Good person is subjective. You need to act on those feelings within you that say, man, I know this is a little extra to do this, but I'm going to do it because that person can use it. I got hit with one today. I went to get the car washed, and I'm on my way to an appointment to get the car washed, and I just get out of the car. I'm so in my head, like thinking about the day and getting my clients done, get back to the house, dinner, kids, here for the show. And this guy goes, "Hey, how are you?" "Hey, how are you?" And I go, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And all of a sudden, I just realized that sometimes I'm like in my own world. I'm not even living in the moment. I'm thinking about something I need to do later, something I have to edit for you, a client I need to call. I got to go to get this. I'm going to go get the car wash. Whatever it is, it's taking me out of the moment, just like, everybody else is having in their lives. That's why being here with you guys is so important, because it brings us back to center. When I'm out there, trying to make a living for my family, like here, I know this is not where I make a living. This is where I come to have a great time. I come to separate myself from the darkness of this world and bring a positivity that we could all latch onto and forget about everything else. I jokingly say, like, when you go to plug your phone in at home, you plug it into the wall, you charge your phone, and you go to go to work. You can come in and charge yourself into the show, grab some positivity, grab some good energy, and then take it into your day and share it with somebody, because I honestly believe the more you share of your love and positivity and your kindness, the better your chances are at the end of the day, because you start to fill that barometer, the necessary barometer, fulfillment. You have to get there. If you want people to really be impacted by anything you do, you have to do more than what you think you have to do. It's definitely not something, like I said, there's a lot of people living the way I just said. They make a lot of claims. Oh, but then they're out there and they're not living the life. What I find interesting is I don't talk about anybody specific here, because it divides us. Again, we're not trying to divide us. We're trying to bring us together, And everybody has these beliefs. This is thousands, millennia. This is lots of different beliefs and civilizations coming together, and all of these things came way before us, guys. At a time where there was no internet, where there was no accurate information either. I mean, people just wrote stories. What I try to think about one simple thing. This is just to take yourself out for 1 second and think this. Forget about where we are right this very second, okay? Forget about it all. Just think about this for 1 second. You are here. It's 2021, but it's the freaking Stone Ages, just like the song I wrote, right? And you're sitting down and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I want to write this story down about this. I think this would be a great story. We need to get mankind to do the right thing. I mean, like, we all have an urge to do good and bad. That's a reality. So let's call them good and evil, One of them's good, the other one's the devil with the D taken off in good and evil. God and evil. God and the devil. Good and evil. You got that right there, okay? And now we could separate the two. We could separate people and say, well, these bad people are with the devil. These good people are with... Every single thing down the line, I really feel like, has been a division mechanism. And life is not a straight line. And people go through scenarios and they make the right decisions and the wrong decisions. But we are human, and at the end of the day, I don't think anybody some people are, but most people have an intention of positivity. They don't want to do wrong. They want to see a better world. They want to see their family smile. That's a lot of people. But when you're distracted by the lies and the hate, it's very hard to remember what kept you on that path originally, And this is where we struggle. Because those lights, there are many of them out there, are, as our brother Rob said out there, are being dimmed by the darkness, by the negativity, by the fear. And they're just going and throwing this thing, I got to do whatever they say. When the reality is, you need to do what your heart tells you is right. And you only get one life. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, well, I'm doing it all to get to. Do not think about where you go, because you may be disappointed. What you need to do is live every single moment and appreciate it. Have gratitude for it. You know, when we all go, we will all be surprised when it happens. I don't think anybody is prepared. No matter how much good you do in life, when that final breath comes, I think you still feel like you're a soul in wanting. You just want to do more. You need to prove more that you were good enough to move on to whatever's next. Everyone's going to feel like a failure when this ends, because there's no way to not feel that way. You could go out there and pave the world with gold and give every single person, $100, and you'll still feel like you should have done more on that final breath. So what does this say? You're trying to prove something to someone else, the person who created you. Now you get back to this, that person that created you, they give you free will, but they already know what move you're going to make. They already know every move you're going to make. So there's no free will. If I know I got 3 paths, but everybody knows I'm a positivity guy, one of those paths is going to be a positive path. You're going to sit there as you and just be like, if these 3 scenarios came up, I'm pretty sure I know, watching Mark for this long now, that he would go down that road on these triple scenarios. 5 scenarios? Let me see. Mark would probably go on this one. And like, you could very easily determine which paths I'd take on most decisions based on what kind of, personality I maintain. And that's what I think is interesting, is most people have this thought that, oh, well, someone's able to think what's going on in your mind. Maybe, but the point is, if someone knows every move you're going to make based on the fact that you're a good person or a bad person, or you're positive or negative, it takes a little bit of that, it takes a little bit of that magic out of it. You start thinking about how we're very much designed that way, where we can make decisions, or we can look at people and determine what decisions they'd make just on their personality. Not always, but probably pretty close and accurate in most parts, So guys, they kicked us off the air. It's 12:30. I do have a listing appointment tomorrow. I'm hoping to get the listing. Need more listings. I like getting listings, because in this market, they sell. Let's see. Kim says, live for today. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Kim, I like that. It's funny, but I always say that in order for us to really get the most out of life, we need to understand that yesterday's gone. Tomorrow does not exist. And the only thing that does exist is this moment. And we live by that here. Nayakas, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you guys. At the if you get a chance, give this smash this like. If you haven't, give it a comment, because we got knocked off the air on the first stream. Oh, I just looked down and saw 33. Oh goodness, guys, I can't believe they kind of gave us a crappy feed here. But I'm glad we got back on for a little bit, had a chance to chat, give you guys a little Renaissance Man chat here. Renaissance Man rant. Tomorrow, don't forget. Let me just check something. I think tomorrow is at 5 p.m. What is this? Tomorrow is at... What do you got for me? Tomorrow is... The premiere is... Oh. Wait a second. This one is... Oh, that one's Saturday. Which is... That one's when we get to the Affleck carditis situation. You gotta watch out for an Affleck carditis. Tomorrow is Can You Adapt to Any Scenario? And that one is at 9 p.m. So, I'm going to try to get something out for you, though, around 4 o'clock as well. I'll get you a song. I have a song I'm working on, so we have lots of music we're working on. Oh, my goodness. Yes, S. Coop knows, got to stay in the present. You know, it's where all the magic is. Guys, we've written how many songs? I don't even know if there's a way to go back and someone one day is going to go through all my content and be like, oh, he wrote X amount of songs. Because you go back and just everything that's been written here, and I keep track. I just keep writing. But we have 117 out on iTunes right now. That's pretty cool. And we're just getting going, guys. We have another album coming out in 16 days. Don't forget that you can head over to iTunes and download any of the 117 songs. Tidal, Deezer, Spotify. It's free to listen to on Spotify if you like it and then you want to support the show. Appreciate that. I've been doing this for this world in order to bring some positivity to you, but it would be nice. Like I said, this is not, I have no intention ever to like make money on this show where I'm like, oh, meow, meow, meow. But if I can make some money for the songs I wrote, that I'd like. You know, I worked very hard on these songs and the editing, especially afterwards. But there's some powerful songs there, and that's one thing. I was a music artist first, so I think that's one thing I'd like to earn a living on is selling my songs. I got a freaking crap load of them out. We're dropping more every day, so I'll be making singles for things, but mostly you can get them once a month. We put 13 songs out. So if you guys are not doing anything tomorrow, don't forget we have a show. The show will be at 10:30, but the premiere's at 9, and I'll get another one out around 4 for you. That's what I'm thinking. So, Miyagi-san! Dang it! Ugh. I saw another fly leak. Guys, I gotta have this house fumigated. What are we doing here? Right? Fly Lee in the house. I still think it's like every time I think I got a Fly Lee, it's not. It's not Fly Lee. So let me see if this will allow me to see who is on with us. It didn't allow me earlier. No, it's still not letting me. I don't know why. If you are here, I'm going to have to ask you to quickly say goodnight here on the chat because it's not showing me over here. I do see Solar, my friend, Pamela, S. Coop, Bernard. Good to see you, Bernard. Cog, my friend, I hope you're having a good journey tonight, my buddy. I tried to make it an enjoyable show for you. You rock, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, please, guys, feel free to post anything, and please post often. Let people know what we're doing here. You like something that makes you laugh, share it. You like something, a piece of music that pulls on a heartstring, share it. Tell people we're here every single night because this show grows because of you. And remember, this is a family show. This is something you should be bringing family members in. Look at what happened with Kitty. We got a Kitty situation going on here because of our brother Keith. Right? Mark Smith, how are you, my brother? So good to see you. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, buddy. Juniper in the house. Paul Dillon, the show must go on, brother. Rob, appreciate you, brother. I will call you Rob. And very much looking forward. Sid, my brother. Tomorrow, guys, we do it all over again. Who's looking forward to seeing the final or the outro of our show? Margaret. Woo! So awesome. So awesome. S. Coop's watching on 2 accounts at once. That helps us. Look, we got a couple extra numbers. You see that, guys? When S. Coop comes over and drops a little extra love in, we're getting a couple extra numbers in there, a couple extra views. You rock. It's so awesome having you guys here. And tomorrow, we do it all over again. So don't forget that. Pamela, you rock. Mark Smith, you rock. Pamela Jones, you rock. Oh my goodness. Rob, good old cognizant Rob. He's cognizant, guys. He knows what's going on. He knows, and you're cognizant of it all. You know, that's what you get to do. Oh, you're awesome, S. Coop. I'm so glad. And tomorrow, S. Solar. Again, thank you for being here, Solar. You want to say Cog again. Rob, go back, man. Literally just pick a day. I like this. This is a fun... I'd actually like... Let's do a little game, okay? Tomorrow. Go back and pick a date. All right, I want you guys to all go back and pick a random date. Just throw a number in. Any date between 1018 and 0. I think 300s are when I really started doing it live here on YouTube. pick a date, go back and watch anything, any show. See if there's a song that I didn't drop, because I wrote a lot that I didn't drop into this year. This is when we started doing the albums. So the first 2 years of the show, there's tons of songs I never released. Pick a show, and then while you're in there, leave a comment and say, hey, I'm here checking out this show, and say I found this moment or whatever, this real talk moment or whatever, and I'll pull that moment and I'll leave a little note in the comment that you pulled, that it was your request to have that clip out there. This is what we're going to start doing, guys. This is an interactive program. I want you guys to tell me the stuff you like, and I'll pull it and I'll drop it for the rest of the world. I pull the stuff that I like and I drop it for the rest of the world, but you may like something from a show 6 months ago or 2 years ago that I forgot about. I'm happy to bring it out for you and share it with everybody. So, fam, friends, Wolfie, Pamela, Cog, I can't keep doing it, Cog, Rob, Sid, oh my goodness, Pamela, Paul, you guys are awesome. Tomorrow, just show up around 4 o'clock. If you can look in the, I'll have something up hopefully before then. If I can get this song done, which is, oh, it's so pretty. I don't want to even give you a preview. You'll see it tomorrow. But guys, please go back and watch the content. There's tons of stuff. We put 1 to 2 pieces of content out every single day, and we're live every single night forever. So, until tomorrow, fam and friends, here's our new outro. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away, yeah. You got to go away, yeah. See you tomorrow, fam.